We're here at the Ma'aretz Machpelah in Chevron to record the shir on Parshas Re'eh, Tafshin Ayin Ches. And once again, we have the special zechus to do the shir from different places in Eretz Yisrael. And the Parsha starts off this week, Re'eh Anoichi Noisein Lifneichem Hayoim. See that I am putting before you today bracha uklala. And then the Parsha goes on what the bracha is, what the klala is, about listening to the mitzvahs of Hashem. And we've spoken a number of different angles about this first pasuk in the Parsha over the past few years, and we're going to try to approach it just a little bit from a different direction this year. The Nesivos Shalom brings a question from the Orach Chaim HaKadosh as to why the Torah uses a lashon in our Parsha of Re'eh. If I'm trying to tell you something, if I'm trying to speak to you, why would I use the terminology of seeing with your eyes, of looking? Should we not say either Shema, you should hear, or Da, you should know? As we say in the pasuk says, as we did 2 weeks ago in the Parsha, a pasuk that everybody is very familiar with, Shema Yisrael, Hashem Elokeinu, Hashem Echad. We tell you when I want you to listen to something, I tell you to listen. When I want you to hear what I'm saying, I don't say look or see, I tell you to listen. And we know that actually in Parshas Beshalach we see something like this, where the Torah is talking about that we receive the mitzvah of Shabbos. The Torah also says over there, Re'u, to see, Ki Hashem nosan lochem hashabbos. Again, very strange to actually see something that we want you to listen to. The Orach Chaim actually asks another question here. Why does the Parsha have to say at all the word Anoichi? We say Re'eh Anoichi Noisein Lifneichem Hayoim. We could leave out the word Anoichi. We could just say Re'eh Noisein Lifneichem Hayoim. Why do we need the word Anochi here in the first pasuk of the Parsha? Also, why is this word Re'eh a lashon yachid, in a singular lashon? If you take a look, the rest of the entire pasuk speaks in the plural. It speaks in a lashon rabim. Why is the word Re'eh in the singular? So the Nesivos Shalom answers all these questions with one concept, with one very, very beautiful yesod, which is brought down from the Baal HaTurim. And the Baal HaTurim says in our Parsha that Re'eh Anoichi, the Baal HaTurim says that the word Anoichi in the first pasuk of the Parsha refers to the S.S.S. Hadibros. The S.S.S. Hadibros we know begin with the word Anoichi, and that's what it's referring to. Re'eh, we're saying here, Moshe Rabbeinu is saying that I want you to see and always keep your eyes on the S.S.S. Hadibros. And the simple reason for that is that the entire Torah, we say, comes forth from the S.S.S. Hadibros, which were there, which were said first, and everything else, and all the other Taryag mitzvahs come out from the S.S.S. Hadibros. And when we were at Har Sinai, we had a tremendous level of emunah when we were doing the S.S.S. Hadibros. So we're saying here, Re'eh Anochi, always keep your eye on the S.S.S. Hadibros. Keep it on that level of emunah. And when we say Re'eh Anochi, to always look at the S.S.S. Hadibros, we all know, look at the pasuk in Parshas Yisro. What happened by the S.S.S. Hadibros? By the S.S.S. Hadibros, when Hashem was speaking to us, you know something? The pasuk tells us, V'chol ha'am royim es ha'kolos. By Maimed Har Sinai, whatever it exactly means, we were able to see the voices. We were able to see what Hashem was telling us. And that lesson of emunah that we mentioned, of Anoichi, was plain to see. You were able to see the voices right in front of your eyes. Right before our eyes, the entire Klal Yisrael was able to see. So now, says the Nesivos Shalom, our pasuk tells us, Re'eh Anoichi. That tells us in our Parsha, remember the Anoichi of emunah, of the S.S.S. Hadibros, where it was so clear in front of us, we were even able to see the voices. So our Parsha uses a lashon of Re'eh. We want to remember that Anoichi, remember that level of emunah. And it's through keeping that level of emunah that we are zeicha to the bracha that the parsha tells us. And that is why Re'eh says in Nesivos Shalom is said in a singular lashon. You know why it's said in a singular lashon? Because the Torah is telling us that S.S.S. if you look at the S.S.S. were said in a singular lashon. So the word Re'eh is going on the S.S.S. And the Nesivos Shalom says a beautiful thing here, that the S.S.S. are speaking to every individual on their own level. We don't lump everyone in Klal Yisrael, every person and every group, into one category. The S.S.S. are speaking to each person the best level of emunah that you can have. That is what you should be doing, not looking at someone else. The S.S.S. are individual. It's talking to each person themselves. And we know that something that you see, you do not forget. There's nothing like seeing. Sometimes we hear something and then we say, oh, I forgot about that. But generally, something that you see, you do not forget. So when a person is zeicha to re'ei anoichi, to see that kind of emunah, then you're able to get the bracha. We have an emunah that is so strong and it doesn't waver every time that we are challenged. And really that is the basis for being Mekayim the entire Torah. If you keep that level of emunah, that clarity that we had on Har Sinai, where Hashem was speaking to us and we were able to see the voices and we saw that it was so true, from there comes the biggest bracha. And the Anochi of S.S.S. opens up to all the Taryag mitzvahs. And the Nesivos Shalom tells us, I just want to end off, tells us something that is extremely important to remember. The pasuk, and we said the parsha starts off, Re'ei Anochi noisein lifneichem hayoim. There is a word hayoim at the end of the pasuk. Why do we need this word hayoim? What does hayoim teach us? And it says in the Nesivos Shalom a beautiful lesson. Hayoim tells us that just like today, every day there is a day and there is a night. Hayoim, every single day in the entire creation, throughout history, every day there was, aside from the times that the sun was held up, maybe in the time of Yeshua ben Nun, once or twice, but we know that on a regular basis there is a day and a night within every day. The message is that just like every day is sometimes light and sometimes dark, we need to know that even in the dark times of Hayoim, and there will be dark times today, the sun is going to set and there are dark times in every person's life, but you need to remember, just that that is clear that there will be a day and a night, we need to have that emunah that Hashem is with us in the day and in the night. But there is one caveat, says in the Nesivos Shalom. The caveat is that that over there is already a lashon of rabbim, that we need to be together as Klal Yisrael. If each person tries to stand on their own, it's going to be very difficult. Just as the pasuk says in Parshas Nitzavim, we're going to get there in a few weeks, Amir Hashem. It says, Atem Nitzavim Hayoim, how? Kolchem. If you all stand together. And the way to keep this emunah, the way to keep it close to us, the way for bracha in our lives is to understand that Hashem is with us at all times, but He is with us if we don't separate ourselves from Klal Yisrael. If we understand that we are part of a group and we don't knock the other person to the right, to the left, a little different than us, if we're together as one, there is no better bracha for each and every one of us in Klal Yisrael.